we have discussed about how do we learn reading text A. Now, how can we learn a poem? How can we learn a poem independently without support of our teachers and other friends? And this is very easy to learn a poem independently at our homes. In learning poem also, reading the whole poem 2 or 3 times. Poems are not in passages wise. Poems are in stanza wise. Poems are in stanza wise. You must read all the stanzas in poem 2 or 3 times. After completion of your reading, you have to underline the new words and phrases. Recently, in public examinations, in poems also, the examiner is asking the meanings of the words and phrases. For example, ice blocked ice. Ice blocked ice. Ice blocked ice. Ice blocked ice. This is a phrase in a poem once upon a time in 10th class. The examiner asked the meaning of this phrase. What is the meaning of ice blocked ice? Ice blocked ice. That's why we should underline the new words or phrases in the poem and get the meaning through your study material or from your teacher. It is better to get the meaning in your mother tongue also. No doubt. And judiciously, we should use our mother tongue in learning English. There is no doubt. అంటే మన మాతృభాషలో కూడా మన తెలుగులో కూడా మనం అర్థాలు తెలుసుకుంటే మంచిది. నో డౌట్. After completion of these 2 stages, the teacher asks some questions, stanza-wise questions, and you can give the answers. If you can't, the teacher will help you. This is the interaction session of the teacher. The interaction between the teacher and the pupil is very important. Here, in the interaction session, the teacher explains the whole summary, substance of the poem. And he will explain all the important new words and phrases and tones of the poem like this. In this interaction session, the teacher will guide you how to read the poem also. Because poem, you should read the poem rhythmically. You must follow the rhythm. You must follow the intonation, raising tone and falling tone. The entire reading principles in poem will be explained by your teacher in the interaction session. Then the poem will be closed with comprehension session. Learning or teaching a poem will be closed with comprehension session. Comprehension session means the teacher will ask or the teacher will give some questions on different stages and you can give the answers. You can practice at your home also and you can take support of your textbook or any study material to get the answers for all the comprehension questions. So this is the way of learning a poem. It is very simple. You should remember one thing. Learning a poem or teaching a poem for beauty of language. For beauty of language. For getting entertainment. Not for improving grammatical items. Not for learning vocabulary items like that. 90% of the teaching of poem is for beauty of language. Entertaining the children. Entertaining the children. And regarding examinations, what kind of questions will be given in the examinations? Only comprehension passages. A stanza from a poem will be given. Under the stanza, there will be 2 or 3 questions. If you read and if you understand the stanza and if you recollect the poem, automatically you can give the correct answers. There is no doubt. But you must be aware with the entire substance while you are reading the poem. You should recollect the entire theme of the poem while you are giving the answers to comprehension questions. This is very, very important in public examinations regarding poem. But in learning poem, there are 3 important components are there. First one is read the poem. Second one is the underline or understand the new words or phrases. And then comprehension. Comprehension. These are the 3 important events in learning poem. And all these three were guided by the teachers. If you learn a poem, if you learn a poem by following all these guidelines, remaining poems, no need of other support. In learning remaining poems, there will be no need of other support. The first poem is very, very important. And remaining poems, they never need other support. You can learn them independently, individually, without other support. Because while you are learning the first poem, by following the guidance of the teachers, there is no doubt. Then you can get very clear clarification regarding the poems. That's why I request all my students to learn the first poem according to the guidelines of the teachers. Then you can learn remaining poems in your own without support of your friends and your teachers.